Your orders, soldat. Tune into Toy Lips for the newest action figure reviews. Welcome back, friends. Today we are taking a look at the Winter Soldier. This is, of course, the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, and it is based upon the Flashback sequence in the television program Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You will see, taking a look around at the package, it has a fantastical design as well as a reading on the back that you can read if you like to read. Not much more to say about the packaging, and now we will be moving on.
So it comes with all this stuff right out of the package. Let's take a look at the figure.
James Buchanan Bucky Barnes served in World War II with Captain America, but during the Cold War he was captured and brainwashed to be a Soviet assassin. This figure represents that time in his history. Like Captain America, he is similarly well-trained as well as physically enhanced and features this metal arm. One jagged metal arm. This figure is just 100% a repaint, redo of the 2013 Captain America Winter Soldier movie with a couple of brand new heads. This was a solid figure anyway, so I don't mind. It seems as though they've updated the plastic they've used too. Pinless and all that jazz would be cool. But what are we asking here? For them to start from scratch and end up with a figure that looks pretty much identical to this? They just updated the paint. There's a nice washes to be found in the hair and perhaps on the vest and in other such places. All of this really nice sculpted detail gets put to use again almost a full decade later. And he does look good and he feels good in the hand. Not nearly as strange and crusty as that old release, I promise. These new head sculpts really stand out though. This is leagues better than the old ones. This isn't so bad because you get the full mask. I much prefer the new hair, but these aren't bad, and in fact they are swappable with the new figure. The alternate head looks like this, looking good. It's hard to capture Sebastian Stan, I suppose, but this is perfectly serviceable. I like this. Much, much better than that original release's alternate head sculpt. What is that? Show you how to do that quick smoky eye. So if you have the old release, you know what you're looking at. I mean, really fine sculpted detail all over this thing. Every piece was unique. And this time around, they've gone and they've painted some extra spots here. Say this knife, but other stuff remains unpainted. These really thin knives he has just locked in place. I think the buckles are painted a little cleaner than they were before, but of course your mileage may vary. The star here is a little bigger, more prominent. And overall, everything's just a more cohesive, more screen-accurate rendition here, paint-wise. We, of course, have peg holes on the bottoms of the feet, and they've moved all of this down there as well. I'm not going to spend all day here. I think it looks really good. For accessories here, it's just straight-up Redemption song playing in my head. He gets a couple of sharp-looking, semi-high-tech, futuristic-looking pistols. We have seen these before. They're samey, except this one has an extended mag and some sort of optic. Nicely detailed, nicely sculpted. They fit right in here. He has no place to store them because before he only came with... I didn't mean to cut to it so soon, but what the hell is this? What is this? Some kind of elephant gun from space for hunting space elephants. It's fine, but that's what the old one came with. And this! But he also comes with this nicely sculpted rifle just cast in a plain black plastic. But look at all of the attachments on this thing. All stunningly detailed. Anybody have that MCU cable figure? He's got like actual swappable underbarrel parts. That's really cool. It also comes with a tiny knife that is nicely detailed as well as painted on the blade, of course. What else would you do there? The other big deal here is the alternate head. Or perhaps swappable portrait, as some might say. And they both look really nice. I think they do look like Sebastian Stan. You would, none of them are perfect. All of my Winter Soldiers, they all look a little different. It's great. This is the best one yet. It hurts a little that he's got nowhere to store those guns, but he could bury this knife right in your chest. The articulation, then, is of course identical to the original figure. It is the original figure. But they seem to have redone it in nicer feeling plastics, and you know what, it's been like 9 years. So we'll give it a quick run through anyway. The head is on a ball peg here. With a hinge, you don't get the full range of that hinge because of the hair, but the hair is a little soft, so you can look back some, down a bit more than that, and you get a little bit of rocking action there. Shoulders are just ball jointed, just socketed in there, and they'll rotate all the way around. You get a bicep cut, same on both sides, and double jointed elbows that will go up this far. You do have the visible pins because it is complete reuse, and that both of the hands, they're trigger-fingered hands, and they hinge thusly. Really, not even that much before they want to tear out a socket, too. But, no, that's great. So you get the standard ab crunch here, forward pretty far, but it doesn't really move back at all. Waist twist there, hidden by the belt and all of that nonsense. Legs are ball jointed and only come out this far, but front and back he can do the splits full on this way. You get these nice upper thigh cuts, double jointed knees that fold very nearly in half. No boot cut, but you do get ankles that move this far back, forward, and they rock side to side. He can do a lot of dynamic, super soldier-ish style running and gunning stuff, but the one thing he can't do is say, like, lay down and fire a weapon convincingly from the prone. He's not able to look. You just tear his head off, now he's dead. You know what I mean? Game over, man. Checking the height, the Flashback Winter Soldier stands about 6.5 inches. And now, sweet friends, it is comparison time. Here he is with the previous Winter Soldier figure, as well as the stealth suit Captain America from that same movie, from that same wave, back in 2013. I always did have a soft spot for that one. Here are two other versions of this character, the Infinity War 2-pack version on the left, and the most recent, the one from the same TV show from the Falcon and Winter Soldier wave proper. And we have Captain America and the U.S. Agent, also from the Falcon and Winter Soldier, streaming on Disney+. Here he is with the Black Panther and Shuri. They believed in him and helped him when they didn't have to. Baron Zemo and the Black Widow. For old time's sake, how about Iron Man and Captain America? Alright, for a better size range, here is the recently reviewed America Chavez figure and the 2013 Build-A-Figure from the Winter Soldier wave, the Man Droid. It's a man, baby. Here's how he stacks up to a couple of other lines, the Jazzwares Halo Spartan Collection Jerome, and the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Red Sun Superman. You can see they almost work with the Spartans, but the DC Multiverse stuff is a whole inch bigger in scale. And finally, for a standard 6-inch scale size comparison, here he is with the also not dressed for summer Spider-Man and the Marvel Legends Morning Coffee, mostly Bucky Cap Deadpool. So at the end of the battle, if you have that previous release, do you really need this one? It's an upgrade in every way. It is a lot nicer, but is it worth an extra $25? I mean, full tilt here. It is a perfect reason to reissue the figure with him appearing in flashback sequences in the semi-recent TV show. Streaming show. Whatever it is, you're looking at a TV, right? You're like, you tell someone about a show and they say, I don't watch TV. It's like, I get it. Nobody watches TV, right? But it's streaming. We're all looking at some sort of thing, some sort of screen sometimes. Anyway, all on its own merits, this thing looks great. I think it is a great representation of the character from the show. The new head sculpts are both awesome, in my opinion. I love that you can swap out with the fully masked one from the previous release. The slight difference in the hair bothers me none. What really sets it apart here is all of the accessories, the proper set of accessories for like an assassin character. And at least they understood not to sort of skimp on that. It was sort of a joke what that old release came with. I don't mean to keep bringing that up, but you know what I mean. It's like, it's a value proposition. And over a decade period, what's another $25 or whatever to upgrade, to update your classic MCU Winter Soldier? The articulation is just like you remember, but I'm automatically doing it again. The articulation all on its own is fine. It's a little crusty, but the figure doesn't feel that way. The plastics feel nice and new and soft. Overall, I am a Sebastian Stan fan. I personally, the comics, the Winter Soldier, the history, Wolverine is my jam. I hate this guy's guts. You know what I mean? But everybody loves a redemption arc and so on. And I think this is a great figure. I'm happy to have it. And of course, I am happy as hell if you have all made it this far. Thanks for checking me out. Leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and check me out on Insta and Twitter. at, of course, Toy Lips. Catch you guys next time. Thanks.